Yeah.
Hi,
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
everyone. Welcome to our podcast today. Whoever's there joining us, let's talk about the Mets, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Bring it on. Let's go.
I know.
So,
Well,
what's happening?
until we have our people joining us, I wanted to talk to you, Brenda, about something that is going on right now.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
I know I'm not going to put you on the spot because I know you're ready for this. I know. But,
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
okay,
Bring it on. Bring it on.
World Baseball Classic. All right.
Okay.
Um, there's apparently some people that don't like it. And there's some
Yeah, I'd
people that
say
really
so.
getting really excited about this. This is a fairly new tournament that kind of derived from what I hear an echo, but it's fine. From what our the Olympics, when the baseball was part of the Olympics, um, and now they broke it up to like just a tournament, almost like at the World Cup. Um, and this is what the fifth time that they've done it, so it's fairly new.
Yeah, so you're right. Fifth time. They actually started in 2006. And so they went 2006, 2009, 2013, 2017. And then there was a little interruption there because of the pandemic. They didn't play because they were going to play in 2020. That didn't happen.
Then the lockout last year.
Yeah, and the US won in 2017, the last time they played, which, by the way, I didn't know because I didn't care. And that's the truth. I could not care less about the World Baseball Classic. It just has no interest to me. I'm not interested in it.
Okay.
However, I needed to do a little research because I can't just talk about something that I know nothing about because I'm not interested in it. So I found out all about the World Baseball Classic. So everybody
Good.
hear me out. Okay. So first of all, the idea is for Major League Baseball to showcase the best baseball talent in the world, hence World Baseball Classic. Um, it's international, like we know, and it's sponsored by International Baseball Federation. And I already talked about the US won in 2017. The first team to win it was Japan in 2006.
Japan
Japan
has
won
won
it.
twice.
They won it again. That's right, 2009. And then Dominican Republic won in 2013, and then the US had
Yes.
won.
Now
So
tell me one thing before you keep going.
yeah, no. Go ahead.
Let's go with your your pros and cons about like it looks like it's all cons
Okay.
for you.
Well, yeah. So, okay, you have the pros.
You have all the
I mean,
pros.
some of the pros that I would say.
No,
Um,
then well, yeah. What are
why
your
don't? What is your pros? Because you're the one more. You're interested in it.
I have
I'm
a
gonna.
bunch. I have
Okay,
a
why
bunch.
don't you go through your pros because mine's like little itty bitty and my negatives are really a lot. So
I know I'm like the
yeah,
opposite. I
yeah.
don't even know
So
how negative,
all
but
right. So go ahead.
I think it's a great it's basically a great way to celebrate baseball internationally because we can't just claim baseball as a US sport. Everybody in the world enjoys baseball, and you can tell like if you watch the games in Japan, it's crazy the way the fans are constantly like the energy in these games are it's unbelievable. For me, it's a little unusual to see that, but when you love baseball, you understand, especially because the Japanese are so like demure and kept together. For them to go like nuts about baseball, I think that's fascinating. To be honest, I love it. Um, I also love the fact that it's during spring training, because maybe this is what you hate about, but I love the fact that it's during
Yep.
spring training because um, it's more interesting than watching a spring training game, honestly, in my opinion, and more exposure for our players. And our younger players are giving a chance because the other players are playing for
Mhm.
their countries, and the younger ones, like in our team, Mauricio, Alvarez, uh, Batty, we have all these young kids like loving it. They're on the spotlight every day. They're playing every day, so that's giving them a chance to shine and possibly be on the roster.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. It's also the passion behind you playing for your own country. It's something that is just unmeasurable, really. If
Mm.
you watch
Okay.
Lindor, Diaz, he's playing with his brother. Like, how cool is that? These guys are having so much fun
Yeah.
playing for their countries with their buddies, with the guys that they play against on a regular season. And I love it. We have our Mike Piazza. He's like the manager of the Italian team. How cool is
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And another story I want to bring up is the Czech team. I don't know if you saw the story about the Czech team. There are none of them are pros. They're like
Yeah.
teacher, doctor, and they're playing. And this guy was so happy because he struck out Otani, and it was just like the highlight of his life to strike out Otani. And he was like, I looked at my team, the dugout, and I went like, ah. So I think it's all good. And if the only thing that okay, the getting hurt or the injuries, they can get hurt during spring training too.
Okay. So those are your positive takes on the World Baseball Classic.
Yep.
And so I see a great comment here coming through from Mark because he's queuing me up. He is queuing me for this.
What did she say? What did he say? She's wrong. What?
You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay, here we
I'm
go.
wrong. What?
Yes, 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 yes. And
Why
I
did
am
I
going to
show this?
tell
I should
you.
not show this. I'm just gonna
Oh,
delete this. I'm gonna hide it.
no, 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 no. Put that back on. Okay, you're queuing me up. All right. Listen, first of all, I'll agree with you that there's interest from the players. They like that camaraderie. That's like they feel that passion for their home country, that's great. But they are professional ball players making millions of dollars. Millions. And what are they doing? They're going out there and they're playing before spring training. Oh my gosh, she's saying I'm wrong. Okay, that's okay. All right, that's all right.
It's all
So
right. No, it's fine. Your
they're
opinion is valid. Go for it.
yeah, no. So they're playing before spring training. So I really have no problem with them playing perhaps after the World Series, but not before. Like when they're already like they played a season, they're in shape, they're not, we're not worried about them being injured for the season. My point about them making millions of dollars is if they are injured, that's going to be a problem. The Mets manager, Buck, said another concern that he had was that players would be going to the teams and perhaps maybe not getting that playing time that they would get if they were playing um, in spring training. And look what happened. Did Alonso play last night?
Hi,
Hey,
Marjorie.
yeah, hey, I want to know, did Alonso play in the US game last night? Come on, somebody answer it.
I
Let's
don't
go.
think
I know
so.
the answer.
I don't.
Who you weren't watching? You weren't watching that
I
game?
was watching the Venezuela, Dominican
Okay.
Republic.
Well, guess what? He didn't play. You know why he didn't play? Because
Why?
Goldschmidt's on the team, and he didn't get playing time. Goldschmidt played. Okay.
That's
Is he
that's
gonna get
okay.
playing time tonight? Probably.
I hope
Um,
so.
but he could have been playing in a spring training game. He could have been warming up,
Hmm.
and he wasn't there. So that's what I have a problem with that. And the other thing I have a problem with, and hey Marge, how you doing? They're not even following the rules of
The
Major
pitch
League
ball,
Baseball, okay?
new
It's like
rules.
Little League Baseball, okay?
No
And
way. No, that
I'm gonna
game.
tell you why I'm gonna tell you, wait, let me finish. I'm gonna tell you why it's
Let
like Little
me
League
finish.
Baseball. There's all these pitching rules. Oh, you can't pitch more than 50 pitches and you got to rest 4 days and wait till you get to the quarterfinals, then maybe the starting pitcher can go 80 pitches. Oh, but you can't have pitchers go back to back. And by the way, we're not implementing any of the new rules that we are implementing in the beginning of 2023 at the World Baseball Classic. So, it to
The
me,
point
it's
is,
like I coach little league. I feel like this is like little league baseball.
no
Okay.
way. That game,
Um,
that game last night between Venezuela and Dominican Republic, that felt like a postseason game. Who's with me?
well, I
Anybody
get,
watching it? I was.
yeah, I don't
That game
know
was
who's with you.
unbelievable. Good.
Mark's with you. He loves that. Okay, I guess.
They're good.
Um,
Their games are like really high level games.
hey,
It's like
uh, here's one for you. There's run rules. There are run rules in this classic. You know what that means?
no.
If there's 15, more than 15 runs scored before the 5th inning starts, the game's over. If a team is winning by 10 runs going into the 7th inning, that game's over. Does that sound like Little League Baseball or maybe softball? It does. And I'm just wondering why. Why are they, you know, why are they, why is it not like the Major League Baseball? Who sponsors it?
Because maybe it has to have something different about it, and um, they need to, because these games cannot go on for like almost like 6 months. No, so these games have to be quick, quick, quick because we have the regular season started, so they cannot last 4 hours or etc. So I think that's a good thing, and I think
Maybe
this,
the pitch clock would have helped.
yeah, but I think also this oh god, I lost my thought. um I was gonna say something, I forgot.
Well, I
Oh,
wanna say you tell us when you think about it, but, matter of fact, did you know there I just found this so interesting. Do you know why, Clayton Kershaw is not playing in, in the baseball classic? Do you know why? Because he couldn't get insurance. He couldn't get insurance. These players need insurance because God forbid he got injured, the Dodgers aren't covering
oh.
his contract. And there was nobody that would even take on that contract for him.
Mhm.
So that, to that point, the injuries are a big deal. So let's talk about the Met players. The Mets have
Speaking of injuries,
first of all, they have
no, Marte's fine. I checked.
uh,
He got clear for a concussion, so he was conscious and he was good. So there's just hope that he just got lucky, because that was a really. Did you see how he got hit?
I missed that.
The
So
the part most sensitive of the cranium is this, the sides.
and he got
I don't
clobbered,
want
right?
my boy Marte to get
Yeah.
hurt.
To the
Yes,
point
I
of
love watching
my point.
Charlie Marte, by the way. I don't know.
I'm so glad Marte is back, and I'm glad he's going to be okay. That it brings up that point that I made last week about the batters getting
Oh,
hit,
that
and
I'm
how
with you.
dangerous it is. Yeah, and then your Nemo, your boy is back too. He played today. I missed the game today, so I didn't see them play. Um, Anybody out there watch today's game? Did you watch it?
I watched part of it. I couldn't watch the whole thing.
You were
But I
up
saw the
late
highlights.
celebrating Venezuela winning.
Mars, like Marte too.
Yeah.
Oh, that game was, I don't know. It was so good to watch Venezuela beat Dominican Republic because they're like, oh, they're the best, blah blah blah. So, and they're I think Japan and the Dominican are probably the best, the top two ranked here for this um, World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I think that's exciting, especially when it's your home team. I kind of the one thing I do like about going back to the World Baseball Classic is the older players that I haven't heard about in a while that are playing again. Like Tejada, Ruben Tejada, he had a
Yes,
two-run
it
home
is.
run. Yeah, as even Oliver Perez, God, I can't believe he's still playing. He's 41 years old.
They're also
Um,
giving chance to, for example, this pitcher for the Italian team uh, that struck out, like I don't know, he got out of like a bases loaded thing. He was so hyped up. He plays for the Tampa Bay Rays, and he was not even in the roster. He got called specially just to play here. And now this kid that is hasn't really played regular in the regular season with the team is now in this stage, the world stage. So I think that's another good thing for
yeah.
players that haven't gotten a chance, and maybe because he's Italian and they were like, okay, this he's good and he fits the um, nationality bracket. Let's call him up and look at him. You should see the clip, the way he was so hyped up when he struck out that hitter. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, hopefully he won't get hurt and then be gone for the rest of the season, then we'll never see him again.
So he can get
I
hurt.
just had to throw that out there because, you know how I feel
He
about
can
that.
get hurt in spring training too.
Yeah, so, let's talk more about the Mets now because, yeah, so
Let's go Mets.
I did watch the Met game yesterday, and I am in love with Verlander. I mean, it literally took me 10 seconds. He was not someone I was fond of. I obviously appreciated his great pitching ability and the way he came back from his injury and won the Cy Young last year and his leadership, winning the World Series. I love that about him. But, I just wasn't sold on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they interviewed him, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, you had me at hello," you know? Um, I mean, I was like, "Oh, Verlander," and this is hard for me because well, I'll get into it in a little bit because he's replacing DeGrom, and that's a whole nother story. So,
Mm-hmm.
who's my favorite before this year? But I want to tell you about Verlander. The things he said were amazing. So let me just tell you what I wrote down when they were interviewing him. He's working on a couple of pitches, new
Mm-hmm.
pitches, a changeup, reintroducing a changeup. Um, he says, working on it for a couple years. And he said, I don't put the time and effort for nothing. I'm quoting him, so this isn't my grammar, but that's what he said. And he said, spring training is a good time, to introduce this pitch. So just that ability, I don't know, the know how, like to as a veteran to say, you know what, I could even be better. And it's hard for me to even understand how somebody could be better than him, but he's trying to be better. And he wants to win a championship for this organization. That's what he said. Um, he um he loved Steve Cohen. He said it
We
trickles
all love
down
Uncle
to the
Steve.
players,
Mhm.
and he says he wants to reward the passion that Steve Cohen has, for the Mets, and, he loves the ball club. He appreciates Buck Showalter. He wants to win for him because he hasn't won a World Series, and I just loved him. I love that. And, anyone else out there?
He's pretty
Uh,
easy on the eyes.
no.
I mean, like
Uh,
we can talk about him being
I
a
think
great
I
pitcher,
think
but
I think no, if we're
let's
gonna
not
go
forget
there,
he's married to this supermodel, so he needs
right,
to.
she's easy on the eyes, even
No,
for
but my point, he needs to
yeah,
stay good and shape because she's like super duper hot.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So, but, the thing that really it's hard for me to say I love Verlander when he's replacing DeGrom, because DeGrom was my guy. I love DeGrom. And, even though he was injured and was limited in the last, 3 years, really, he was limited in the amount of time that he played. He still put up incredible,
oh yeah,
statistics. So I mean, last year he was 5-4. We saw that like non-ish type DeGrom 3.08 ERA. He struck out 102. But get this, the walks and hits per inning was 0.75. That is unheard of. He's just has such amazing command out there. And we're talking DeGrom, and I hate to, bring it up because
he's
hey,
not a
he's
Met
he's a
anymore.
Ranger now, right? He's a
Yep,
Ranger, and
yep.
he may not only play half the year.
Mm.
But I always thought half the year of DeGrom is better than some full years of some other pitchers. So, um,
You got Marcus saying he worries about. Yeah, a lot of our roster is
yeah,
like a veteran. They're all like oldies. I mean, 30. How old? Carrasco is like 35. I don't know. Who else? Is
yeah,
kind
they're
of
up
up there.
there. They're in
Yeah,
their late 30s. Yeah. So
a
that's
lot
it.
of oldies and no left-handers. Remember, we were talking about that, Brenda.
Yeah, so the pitching staff is just full of right-handed hitters. Sorry, right-handed pitchers, and there's really the lefty is Quintana, right?
Quintana, and he's hurt.
He's hurt, so that's the one lefty in the lineup. Plus, you have Peterson, so he'll be replacing Quintana. And then when you look at their relief pitchers, they have one lefty, that Brooks Raley, and that is like it. So I'm like, what the hell? They
Yeah.
better do something about that, because that is just not balanced.
Can they still trade people this at
Of
this?
course, yeah. There's the
Mm,
trading deadline, so they
okay.
they could do a lot
I
of
think
stuff before
I
the
think
and they will.
I think if I can just, I don't know if I should maybe make a call to Uncle Steve, but I'm pretty sure he knows. I think Darren Ruff has to go. He has
Yeah.
not done anything. I mean, I feel sorry for him, but he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, well, he was rough, last year.
And he's
That's
still
for sure.
rough because he's not
Yeah,
doing anything.
yeah, yeah. So, and I think,
Oh my God. I love Sid. Yeah, Mark, you're right. Sid.
yeah,
And
well, that goes way back, 86, yeah, when
John
he
Franco.
was amazing. He was the reason why they won the World Series. Don't fool yourselves about Strawberry and, Mookie Wilson and Keith Hernandez. He was the one in that seventh game of the World Series that
Mhm.
came in and to be the middle man and got the Mets to win that World Series. He held them in place so that they were victorious. That was amazing.
Yeah,
So
but we can bring Sid back.
we can't.
John
He's
Francis,
old. He's old. We can't bring him back. But somebody like him, maybe.
Bartolo.
Yeah.
Bartolo Colon is still doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think Marge has something about Brett Beatty. We could talk about some of these young guys too.
Yeah, this is March comment about Brett Beatty. He said he reached base on all 4 plate appearances. I know he's earning his. I think he's earning his spot.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you want to go back with like player, like sometimes a new player makes you think about some of the older players, right? Comparing them. To me, he reminds me of like a Dave Magneton, like somebody like that lengthy kind of look and just really solid contact hitter. So I think that's I just think that's interesting to see these players come up and then they remind you of older players. Now Dave Magnin, he just didn't really make it with the Mets, but so I hope it's better for Beatty. But there's some great signs of him doing well in the major leagues.
He
So
could
it's
be
going
a
to be
good
exciting.
backup for Escobar, I think.
Well, back up, but I'm telling you, if Escobar doesn't pull his weight and decides, hey, I'm only going to play in September, Beatty's going to be playing. He's going to be there. So it's going to be interesting too with the lineup we have. We talked a little bit about Alvarez last week too. That he's, from what I'm reading, he's not going to be up for the Mets unless somebody gets hurt. That's the
but he's proving himself, which is good. He did like an amazing throw to first today. He got the guy out.
Okay.
So he
yeah, so
I think they need to keep, I hope they keep him because he's so good.
Yeah. So, but we have Navarez going to be catching, Alonso first, McNeil second, Lindor short. Now here we go. The third is the Beatty Escobar, maybe rotating those guys. We have Kana in left field, Nemo center, Marte right, and Vogelback and Tommy Pham being the designated hitter. So, hey, you know what? That is so speculative, right? I mean, we know like the stars, but there's going to be some.
Why Tommy Pham? Why not Ronnie Mauricio? Because Tony.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Well, they signed a contract with Pham, and I like Pham. I thought he was good. With it last year. So, but we'll see. We're going to find out. And you know what?
Always call Uncle Steve and give him a little piece of our mind.
Well, Marge said, they were the Miracle Mets when we were talking about 86. And, it'd be nice to see another miracle, right? This year. I don't know if we're calling it a miracle because just like 86, they were expected to win. So, it was a miracle because how they did it. So, we'll see if they can pull some rabbits out of hats this year and what,
this is good, Mark.
Yeah.
No need to fret because we have Brett.
I like it. Oh, we got a Brett fan right away. So
that's good. We have a Beatty.
Yeah.
Batty or Beatty? What? Batty? Batty.
Brett Beatty. Batty. We're batty about him.
That's on my cup, guys.
Yep. So let's drink to the Mets this year. And we appreciate you guys coming on today. And please spread the word about our podcast. We're just kind of getting kicked off and we want to add some more people. So it'd be great to have more viewers and anybody could listen to this. So subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, thank you for joining us and participating. We love you.
And we're closing now. We're going to close.
is our closing. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.